Member for Calgary-Shepherd.
Madam Speaker, after 9 years of these NDP Liberals, taxes are up, costs are up, crime is up, and time's up. 2 years ago, the NDP leaders sold out workers and signed a costly coalition deal with the Liberal Prime Minister. That deal hiked taxes, ballooned food costs, doubled housing prices, unleashed crime and chaos on our once safe streets. Will the Prime Minister finally call a carbon tax election so Canadians can choose between the costly coalition or common sense Conservatives who will axe the carbon tax?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
I'm actually quite concerned about where the Conservatives are getting many of their ideas these days. You see, because records show that the Conservative leader got his advice on how to help Canadians struggling with the cost of living from a Loblaws lobbyist. He gets his advice on Ukraine from Elon Musk and Tucker Carlson, Madam Speaker. He's courted support from misogynists and far-right hate groups. And these are the advisors that I think Canadians should be afraid of.
Right. The honourable member Calgary-Shepherd.
It's just too bad that this Prime Minister, the only buddy he cares about is the one he has in the NDP and their leader, who voted 24 times to hike the carbon tax. And over the summer, while door knocking, what I heard clearly from Calgary to British Columbia to Ontario, everywhere I went, I heard the same thing. Canadians are fed up with the skyrocketing costs of food, gas, and housing. From food to housing, they're sick of paying for the NDP Liberal coalition's failures, and Canadians deserve better. Why won't the Prime Minister and his NDP backers let Canadians have their say in a carbon tax election right now?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, it was interesting this summer to see our athletes compete at the Olympics. When our gymnasts at the Olympics stick a landing, all of us cheer. I think we should do the same this week, certainly with the Bank of Canada and the Government of Canada sticking the economic landing of inflation coming down to 2%, which is the Bank of Canada's target rate. That's what happened this week, Madam Speaker. Only the Conservative Party in this House did not cheer for Canada's economy. Just like this summer when they couldn't bear it when our athletes did well at the Olympics, winning gold medals. They did not cheer. They're never cheering for Canada's success.
Member for Bow River.
After 9 years of this NDP Liberal government, taxes up, costs up, crimes up, time is up. The NDP leader's publicity stunt got some airtime, but when it comes to voting against the government that he said was finished, he caves. Carbon tax already cost trucking industry $2 billion. Now, with this quadrupling, it will be expensive for our trucking industry to survive. Will they listen to Canadians and call a carbon tax election now? So common sense Conservatives can axe the tax now. Thank you.
Parliamentary Secretary, the Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Thanks, Madam Speaker. And once again, these Conservatives will never let the truth get in the way of their exploitation of the real challenges that Canadians are facing. They don't want to acknowledge the fact that in Canada, inflation is down to the target rate of 2%. Interest rates are down, gas prices are down, and emissions are down, Madam Speaker. But we've heard it from the Conservatives over and over again. They'll never cheer for the Canadian economy. But this summer, when we were all cheering on our Canadian athletes, I barely heard a squeak from the Conservative side. And in fact, the Conservative leader never even tweeted once about the Paralympics. That's really disgusting, Madam Speaker. We should all be on the side of Canada.
Order. The honourable for Regina, Wisconsin.
Madam Speaker, after 9 years of these NDP Liberals, taxes are up, costs are up, crime is up, and time is up. Despite the NDP leader's video claiming to tear up his support for the Liberals, the two parties continue to make life less affordable for Canadians. They have promised to quadruple the carbon tax to 61 cents per litre. Madam Speaker, why doesn't the Prime Minister call a carbon tax election so Canadians can decide if they want to continue to pay his carbon tax?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the President of the Treasury Board.
Madam Speaker, inflation is down, interest rates are down, car theft is down, gas prices are down, emissions are down, and all Conservatives can do is frown. I just don't understand why we don't have a Team Canada approach. The Canadian economy is getting better. Things are getting better. Why don't Conservatives try to work with us and make things better? That's the kind of House of Commons I want to be in.